Alright, hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Let's talk about shareholders and PSC. Who are shareholders and who are PSC when it comes to your company registration? Don't forget, in company registration, we have those we call shareholders. And even before we talk about, don't forget that there's what we call shares, which is usually referred to as minimum share capital. Minimum share capital is basically the worth of the company, and this shares is allotted to different individuals who are shareholders in the company. Now, when you have shareholders in the company, what makes the shareholder different from what we call the PSC? PSC stands for persons with significant control. According to the new bill, or that is now signed to law, it says that the PSC is anyone who is a shareholder in a company that owns at least 5% of the minimum share capital. So if anybody who is a shareholder owns at least 5% of the company's share, so 5% is what qualifies an individual who is a shareholder to become a person with significant control. So this simply means that not all shareholders can be a PSC, and all PSCs are shareholders. I don't know if that my logic makes sense to you. Not all shareholders can be PSC, but all PSC are shareholders. All anybody who must be person with significant control must have at least must have a share in the company. And what qualifies them to be a PSC now is that they must have minimum of 5%. So when they have 5% of shares above. So let's give an instance. So let's say your company, you register it for 1 million naira share capital, and you have two shareholders. One of the shareholders has 90% of the shares, so the person has 900,000 shares of the company, and the other person has 10,000 percent of the company. That's 100,000 rather, 100,000%, 100,000 shares of the company, right? So it simply means that you have shared the share in the capital, or you have allotted the shares in the capital now to 90% to 10%. So the question now is that who is the PSC in that company? So the answer to that is that both of them are PSC, because both the first shareholder and the second shareholder have at least 5% of the minimum share capital of the company. So both of them are PSC, both of them are persons with significant control. I don't know if that illustration makes any sense. Let's push it further now. Let's give an illustration whereby you have three people who are members of the who are shareholders in a company, and those three persons have shares being shared in the ratio of 70%. The other person has 27%, and the other person has 3%. 70, 27, and 3%. So who is a PSC in that particular instance now? The PSC are just two. The person who has 70% and the other person who has 27%. Both of them have more than 5%. The other one has 3% of the shares. So it means that the third shareholder in my example now is not a person with significant control in the business. So this is very important for you to take note, so that when you are structuring your client's business, or when you are structuring your business, you would know how to put things in perspective, right? So anybody who does not have up to 5% share capital is not qualified to be a person with significant control. So when you are filling the detail of the person with significant control, you consider only those who are members or who are shareholders in the company. In fact, automatically, when you're registering your business, once you fill the details of the shareholders, it automatically bring all the details of those who have more than 5% or 5% and above into the PSC details. It automatically generates them, except if an instance comes whereby you didn't add all the details of all the shareholders in the first instance. That's why you will not see anyone that you didn't add in the first instance in PSC. I don't know if that illustration is correct. So let's say initially you wanted to add two people, you added the persons, you will see them in the PSC. But let's say you now added another one person after were done already. You now went to the registration before making payment and added another person. That one person will not show in the PSC. So you might have to manually add the third person now in the PSC details. So I don't know if this is helpful to anyone. So this is the difference between the shareholders and the PSCs, and it's important for you to understand so that you can structure your business properly. All right, I hope this video has been very helpful. My name is Akingbola Ezike, and I'll see you in other videos. give this a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.